I take notice of the planetary alignments. So as the moon and the sun and all the planets move through the solar system, they cross through various zodiac signs. And I always observe where they are in the night sky, and I always observe what zodiac sign they're passing through. Now, if you're interested in zodiac signs and you're interested in the solar system and the history of astrology, you can go to my website and it's all on there. All you've got to do is do a search for it. But also on Facebook, if you look my name up on Facebook, you'll find my page on Facebook. And whenever the alignment is happening, whenever the moon or the sun or the planets are moving past a zodiac sign, I give you that alignment on the day that it happens, so that you can then look into the different affinities for that sign. Uranus in Gemini. Today, Uranus transits the constellation of Gemini. Uranus in Gemini is the nervous system of civilization being rewired at speed. Gemini governs communication, language, the exchange of information, the local mind, the body's neural pathways. Uranus disrupts, electrifies, and overturns. When these two meet, the infrastructure of thought itself is transformed. In 1942 to 49, this coincided with the first computers, radar, nuclear fission, technologies that restructured how humanity processes and transmits reality. Now again, the generation born under this transit will grow up in a world where the boundary between human thought and machine intelligence has dissolved. The gift is extraordinarily cognitive agility, the capacity to hold multiple truths simultaneously. The shadow is the overloaded circuit, the mind that moves so fast it cannot land anywhere long enough to truly know. Gemini is an air sign. Air is the manifestation of movement, freshness, communication, and of intelligence. Air is the power of the mind, the force of intellect, inspiration, imagination. It is ideas, knowledge, dreams, and wishes. Air is the element of new life and new possibilities. Gemini's quality is mutable. Mutable qualities are about changes to go with the energy flow, being adaptable and flexible and able to change expression to whatever a situation requires. Mutable denotes versatility. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. We see the crescent opening upwards, a gesture of receptivity. This physical attribute of the Mercury symbol certainly falls in line with the symbolic personality of this planet, as Mercury is the planet of open-mindedness, new ideas, and intelligence. The circle speaks to us of formulating whole concepts, making ideas real and substantial. The visual journey of Mercury's symbol ends at an equal armed cross. This is the final stage of solidification of thought. This indicates our thoughts have become manifest in the material world. Mercury rules communication, intellect, awareness, logic, reasoning, our manner of thinking, and how we create and express our thought processes. Uranus entering Gemini is the great rewiring. This is one of the biggest transits of the decade. Uranus won't depart Gemini until May 2033, so this is a 7-year revolution not a passing moment. The last time Uranus was in Gemini was 1941 to 49, a period of World War, the birth of television, and the dawn of the nuclear and technological age. We are entering equivalent territory now. This is another kind of threshold or gateway moment, a new archetypal chapter, and it couldn't be a bigger contrast from Uranus in Taurus to Uranus in Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the mind, communication, duality and connection. Uranus is the great disruptor, the lightning bolt that shatters the old to make way for the new. Together they rewire everything we think we know about how we think. We will learn to speak, write and connect in new ways. The way we awaken to the world and how we see, understand and make sense of things will be accelerated. What this transit activates. Collectively, Uranus in Gemini stirs up our ideas, learning and communications, and can be a time when we move toward more gender neutrality. In education, there can be more of a thrust towards inventiveness and creativity. Mass media, social platforms, and even knowledge and education could be deranged and rearranged. Technologies that once seemed cutting edge could be disrupted by innovations or become obsolete, while novel platforms and methods of communication could emerge. The current education system will likely go through a radical redesign during this passage. Personally, mental restlessness and a hunger for new ideas becomes the norm. Old belief systems, narratives, and ways of speaking about yourself may feel suddenly outdated. Breakthroughs in how you communicate, both with others and with yourself. How to work with this transit. Stay flexible and ready to pivot. Be curious instead of cautious. Have the audacity to trust your own instincts, even if you're making up the map as you go along. The shadow side is information overload and mental fragmentation. The challenge is actually taking time to digest a piece of information before the next lightning bolt strikes. A question to sit with. What story have you been telling about yourself that is ready to be completely rewritten? Uranus in Gemini says, the old script is obsolete. Time to author something new.